What was the best or one of the best decisions that you've made regarding design for Morningstar Builders?
Hiring a wonderful salesperson.
I love it. The end.
Cut.
Cut. Yep. All right. Well, we got Blake's opinion, Ted. Yvonne, what do you think?
I would echo that. Obviously, you were able to speak to us in a way that helped us, and you can tell your story if you would like here about how we first met and what our response was to what you were talking about on our website.
So this is, I think, one of the first interactions I had with Ted, and we were redesigning your website, and you guys had a beautiful brochure of a website, and I think I made the comment. It said, Ted, do you want a website that looks beautiful, or do you want a website that generates lead? And in classic Ted response, he says, Rick, I want a beautiful website that generates leads. Which I will never forget, because you know what? You don't have to give up beauty. It's just like what you guys are doing with design. You don't have to give up functionality to have great design, and you can have a really functional home designed around functionality that is also beautifully designed. So it definitely, there's a balance there, and for you guys doing what you're doing, that imagery is so powerful on your website.
I guess my answer, I think one thing that we did right, well, two things I'm going to say. One is we literally in 22 years, going on 22 years, have never put a non-professional photograph on our website.
Oh.
And people don't like spend that money for professional photography. I think that has been huge. I think it's just the decision we made, and we don't even think about it now. We've spent a lot of money in photography, but that's been huge for us. And two is we've really maintained focus of our area to build. And basically our product line's pretty much very similar. Our first spec house we sold was around, 4,700 square feet on a golf course. That was out the chute, first one. And we have maintained, we're still building in that community today, which is crazy.
Wow.
So I would say building in the northwest area of Houston, where we're at, and being consistent of the type of homes we build, mainly on acreage, has really become, what we're known for. And it's taken forever, but I feel like we do have a name for ourselves in this area if they're looking for a custom builder.
And I think it's very important. I mean, the advice you give on the website is so true. It's so many times it's like, oh, I forgot to schedule the photographer. I don't want to pay the $500 or $1,000, whatever it is, to do the shoot. But I can tell you, especially from you guys, 100 to 1. I mean, for every dollar that you are putting into that photography, you're getting 100-fold back in sales. And Homes by Morningstar.com is the website, and take a look at some of their photography. It is absolutely incredible. Yvonne, anything you want to add?
Well, I would just also say that over the year, when we started the business, there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was barely just the web itself wasn't new. And so you have to be nimble, and you have to kind of work with whatever is out there, yet you still have to let your quality of your product shine through, whether you're doing something on Instagram, whether you're doing whatever it is that you choose to do to market yourself. But you have to know that the times change, and you need to be able to change with that. And I think that's been one of the benefits of working with you, is that very thing of you just continue to challenge us. Okay, what about trying this? What about trying this? And so I appreciate that about how our relationship has been over the years.
Well, I appreciate it too, because you guys, it's one thing to say, hey, you should try this. It's another thing for you guys actually to implement it. So you've been you probably emulate how you want your clients to be, and that you're open to trying new ideas, testing things, seeing what works. If it works, great, continue to do it. If it doesn't, stop doing it. But a case in point for you, Yvonne, I remember that every time you guys would do your initial consultation, we'd sit down with somebody, you had like a visual, and you would go through that visuals, and you would go back and say, you would modify or make changes to that visual to try to improve it. So you had that idea of, look, we have to continually get better here. We have to continually evolve to meet or exceed our what Homes by Morningstar is. And so kudos to you as well.